Hello and welcome back to Man v Film. It's time for Arrow Video's June announcements. We've got a bunch of stuff here. I've quickly looked at the titles but not delved into any of the films. But we're going to do that together, aren't we? So let's just find out what the first one is. Let me jump in here. So we have Mortal Kombat Collection, limited edition 4K UHD. I kind of like Mortal Kombat. I mean, it's driven a lot by that amazing theme tune that comes with it. But yeah, just a really cheesy kind of fun film. So we have a high-impact fusion of martial arts mayhem, fantasy spectacle, and video game mythology. The Mortal Kombat films brought arcade combat to the big screen with a bone-crunching action, iconic characters, and pure 90s attitude, helping turn a controversial fighting game into a global pop cultural phenomenon. Kicking off in 1995, Mortal Kombat, directed by Paul W.S. Anderson, delivers a fast-paced, crowd-pleasing adaptation that pits Earth's greatest fighters against the forces of Outworld in a no-holds-barred tournament for the fate of humanity, featuring unforgettable characters like Liu Kang, Sonya Blade, Johnny Cage, and the thunderous Raiden. The film blends martial arts choreography, fantasy world building, and now legendary electronic soundtrack to create one of the most influential video game movies of its era. The saga continues with 97's Mortal Kombat Annihilation, expanding the scale and mythology as the battle spills beyond the tournament into an all-out war between realms, with higher stakes, new fighters, monstrous adversaries, and epic confrontations. The sequel embraces the franchise's operatic excess and supernatural chaos, pushing the Mortal Kombat universe into full fantasy spectacle. I really enjoy the first one. I think it's a lot of fun. Like I said, it's not something I take pretty seriously. I have never seen the second one, and I'm really not that sure that I want to either. This 2-disc 4K Ultra HD limited edition contents has restorations by Arrow. They're available in Ultra HD Blu-ray and HDR10 compatible, 5.1 surround sound with lossless stereo in both films, English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, with a collector's booklet, reversible sleeve, and 2 double-sided fold-out posters. We've got a 4K restoration of the film from the OCN by Arrow Films, approved by the director. We've got a new commentary with the director, a new commentary with comic book expert and podcast host Dave Baxter, Cage Match, new interview with Lyndon Ashby, Leveling Up, a new interview with the cinematographer, Quarters to Millions, new interview with the producer, The Heavyweight, new filmed interview with designer and suit performer, Mortal Kombat, a journey behind the scenes, on-set interviews, B-footage, theatrical trailers, image gallery. Disc 2, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, has a 4K restoration of the film and is approved by the director John R. Leonetti. New commentary with director, moderated by filmmaker Gillian Wallace Horvat. New audio commentary with comic book expert Dave Baxter. Queen of the Night, new interview with Musette Vander. Techno Taiko Orko, a new interview with the composer. A Man of a Thousand Deaths, stunt performer interview, on-set by theatrical trailer and image gallery. Yeah, no, is my ultimate response to that. I do like Mortal Kombat, maybe in a sale further down the line. Just now, no. It comes in a limited edition Blu-ray as well. So £35 for the 4K, £30 for the Blu-ray. Still no Blu-ray 4K package, because why give people what they want? Next, we have Marlowe, limited edition Blu-ray. Philip Marlowe is a private eye. For $50, you can buy his brain, his fists, and his 44 Magnum Special. If you want blood, he'll give you that too. Following in the footsteps of Dick Powell and Humphrey Bogart, James Garner brought iconic private investigator Philip Marlowe into the age of Aquarius in this 1969 neo-noir based on Raymond Chandler's classic novel, The Little Sister. When Ormfrey Quest hires Philip Marlowe to find her brother. It seems like just another missing persons case. But soon enough, Marlowe's investigation leads him to a trail of blackmail and murder, all of it seemingly linked to a mobster and his TV star mistress. Luscious starlets, pugnacious gangsters, suspicious cops, and corpses with ice picks jammed in their necks. Welcome to Marlowe country. Garner's easygoing style is a perfect match for Chandler's shop-soiled Galahad, paving his way for his performances in classic TV shows The Rockford Files. Meanwhile, the immunity suspects are brought vividly to life thanks to Carol O'Connor, Rita Moreno, Jackie Coogan, Gail Honeycutt, and none other than Bruce Lee, making his American feature debut. This limited edition has a restoration from the 35mm camera negative by Arrow Films. It's a Blu-ray presentation. It's got the lossless mono audio, 100 a day, plus expenses, a brand new appreciation by Howard S. Berger, theatrical trailer, image gallery, reversible sleeve, and a collector's booklet. I love Chandler's work. I love Private Investigators. This is something that I'm very curious about, so I'm really interested in knowing if you've seen this, if it's a really good adaptation of that story. Next, we have the surprise that is Waking Fright 4K. Now, I really thought this would come from Eureka, as they had previously released it as part of their Masters of Cinema series. So, yeah, just surprised that we're getting it from Arrow. Have a drink, mate. Have a fight, mate. Have a taste of dust and sweat, mate. There's nothing else out there. Raw and brutal in its depiction of outback country drinking culture in the 70s, Waking Fright is an uncompromising landmark of Australian cinema from director Ted Kotcheff. John Grant is a bored schoolteacher working in the remote outback. He stops overnight in a frontier mining town of Bundanyaba on his way back to Sydney for the Christmas holidays. After he loses all his savings in a bad gambling bet, Grant finds himself marooned and swept up in the vortex of succession, hard drinking, hard living, and crude men led by Doc, who threaten to make him just as crazy, drunk, and violent as they are. Ignored upon release, Waking Fright has now been acclaimed as one of Australia's most legendary, unique, and horrifying contributions to cinema history by the likes of Martin Scorsese and Nick Cave, and is presented here in a definitive 4K restoration. Wow! Whole host of limited edition contents here. So we have the film HD Blu-ray with HDR10 compatible, lossless mono audio, English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. We have a commentary by Ted Kotcheff and Anthony Buckley, a second commentary by Peter Galvin, author of The Making of Waking Fright. Return to the Yaba, featuring a featurette tracking down the film's Broken Hill locations. Take in Fright interview with the director of photography. Sounds of the Outback, previously unreleased interview with sound editors. The Cinema's Great Squeaky Bald Git, an appreciation of actor Donald Pleasance by film historian Kim Newman. The Filmmaker and the Film Buff, a discussion between Philip Mora and Paul Harris. You're mad, you bastard. An archive interview with director Ted Kotcheff. Not Quite Hollywood, interview with actor Jack Thompson. Q&A with Ted Kotcheff from 2009. Audio interview with the director. Then we've got an audio interview with the composer. Alternate scenes, 2009 TV report on a rediscovery and restoration of Waking Fright. Who Needs Art? A 1971 TV segment with behind-the-scenes footage. Chips Rafferty Obituary, a US theatrical trailer. Foreign Visions of Local Stories, a trailer reel of Australian films. Image gallery, collector's booklet, and reversible sleeve. Packed edition. Great movie. Yes, it's a very much a possibility. Then we have Audition, limited edition 4K UHD, which is an upgrade from the previous Blu-ray that we've had. One of the most notorious J-horrors ever made, Takashi Miike's Audition, exploded onto the festival circuit at the turn of the 21st century to a chorus of awards and praise. The film catapulted Miike to the international scene and paved the way for such other genre delights as Ichi the Killer and 13 Assassins. Now let's not forget Visitor Q. When Recent Widower, Shigehara Aoyama is advised by his son to find a new wife. He seeks the advice of a colleague having been out on the dating scene for many years. The two men decide to take advantage of their position working at a film company to stage an audition to find the perfect partner. Interviewing a series of women, Shigehara soon becomes enchanted by Asami, a quiet 24-year-old woman who is immediately responsive to his charms. However, events take a very dark, very twisted turn as we find that Asami isn't what she seems to be. So this is a brand new 4K restoration from the Super 16mm camera negative, approved by the DOP. It's UHD Blu-ray and HDR10 compatible. We get the lossless stereo, 4.0 audio, plus optional 5.1 surround sound, English subtitles, introduction by Miike. We have an audio commentary by the director Miike and screenwriter, audio commentary by Miike biographer Tom Mez, callback, brand new interview with Ryo Ishibashi, ties that bind, an interview with director Miike, damaged romance and appreciation of Japanese cinema historian Tony Raines. We have archival interviews, a deeper dive into Audition, an audio essay by Alexandra Heller-Nicholas, trailers, image gallery, collector's booklet, and reversible sleeve. And it is a pretty great film. If you've not seen it, don't look into it, just watch it. And yeah, good upgrade. So next we have Bullet in the Head, the next in the John Woo films. So after reinventing the action film with The Killer, John Woo would turn inward and deliver a semi-autobiographical Bullet in the Head, complementing the stylistic flourishes that made his name with unflinching and nihilistic brutality to deliver one of the most intense war films of all time. Set during the Vietnam War, the film follows Bi, Phi and Wing, three best friends fleeing from Hong Kong to seek their fortune as smugglers. In Saigon, they join forces with fellow expat Locke and double-cross the ruthless gangster Long to steal his gold and rescue nightclub singer. The gang must fight their way out of the country in a nightmarish odyssey where each new battle pushes them beyond their limits and threatens to destroy their friendship. Combining the gravity of Apocalypse Now with the spectacular action of Woo's earlier films, Bullet in the Head is an uncompromising look at the ravages of war, where ideals of brotherhood and camaraderie disintegrate into greed and cruelty in a storm of bullets and blood. I know I've seen this. There was a period in the sort of mid to late 90s where I was just going through all the kind of John Woo films, all the Asian films that were coming out, all the big names, and I know I've seen this. I just can't remember anything about it whatsoever. Disc 1 has the theatrical cut. You get a Blu-ray presentation of the Hong Kong theatrical cut. We have the lossless Cantonese, Dolby Atmos, lossless English mono. We've got newly English subtitles for the Cantonese audio and English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing for the English audio. We've got a new commentary with Frank Zheng, deleted scenes, alternate boardroom ending, alternate English opening and closing credits, Cantonese and English trailers, and an image gallery. Disc 2 is the festival cut. We have the high-def Blu-ray presentation of the festival cut, Cantonese mono audio, English subtitles, expanded festival cut, including footage previously exclusive to the theatrical cut, option to play with the alternate boardroom ending, and disc 3 is the extras. I'm a little bit curious here because there is obviously the two versions. You've got the Blu-ray and you've got the 4K, which are exactly the same. So I'm assuming, I could be wrong, that both disc 1 and 2 are 4K discs. I'm not entirely sure because it's giving you the same option on both of these. So in the extras, we've got Brilliance with a Bullet, a brand new interview with John Woo, The Long-Suffering Shu Chun, a new interview with Fenny Yun, Head Case, a brand new interview with actor Wei Li, Army of One, brand new interview with regular John Woo collaborator Terence Chang, Apocalypse Woo, a brand new interview with director David Woo, interview with the associate producer Catherine Lau, Hong Kong Confidential, Inside, Bullet in the Head, brand new interview with author and Hong Kong film expert Grady Hendrix. Apocalypse How, a brand new interview with author and historian Dr. Lars Lehmann, and archival interviews with a bunch of people here. So, yeah, another packed edition. Another one that I will pick up because I'm waiting. We're in March and I'm waiting on the first one to kind of land soon so I can start on these John Woo films. Next, we have the biggest one this month, which is the Jackie Chan Breakout Hits limited edition 4K UHD. Not sure what's included here, so let's go through it together and see what there is. He was the biggest movie star in the East for 2 decades, but Hong Kong action legend Jackie Chan had never successfully cracked the West until 1990s kicked off a 6-film run of phenomenal smash hits that would finally make him an international household name, instantly synonymous with the most jaw-dropping and death-defying stunts ever put on screen. 1994's Drunken Master 2 sees Jackie back as Wong Fei-hung, the role that first made his name, and teaming up with Shaw Brothers legend Lar Kao Lung and Ti Lung to deliver the ultimate era-defining love letter to classic Kung Fu, which I don't remember liking that much, from what I can remember. The following year saw Jackie's first #1 box office success in America, thanks to Rumble in the Bronx, in which he visits New York City and must defend his friends and family against vicious street gangs and ruthless smugglers. I love that one. It's a classic. So yeah, great. Followed by Thunderbolt, in which Jackie is forced to compete behind the wheel against a criminal street racer who has kidnapped his sister. I've never heard of that one. In the fourth entry of the much beloved Police Story series, also known as First Strike, Jackie chases a stolen nuclear warhead on an explosive globe-trotting secret mission, which, yeah, I remember being fun, but again, it was not a standout Chan film for me. Chan's big brother Sammo Hung takes the director's chair in Mr. Nice Guy as Jackie plays a TV chef in Australia, forced to do bloody battle against the mob, which was all right. And finally, Who Am I? Their hero is an ass-kicking amnesiac on the trail of a mysterious new power source as well as his own lost identity. Again, it was fine. Finally together and restored in 4K for the first time, this collection of unparalleled martial arts madness chronicles Jackie Chan's crossover to the world's wide superstardom just before Rush Hour made him a bona fide Hollywood icon, in which no bone in his body is left unbroken in his quest to leave you entertained. So it's a 10-disc UHD contents. We've got brand new 4K restorations from each film by Arrow Films, limited edition packaging, 160-page booklet, 24 lobby cards, reversible poster and vintage poster artwork. Now, this has got a wealth of extras that I'm just not going through. We'll have a quick look at it. So we've got Drunken Master 2, Rumble in the Bronx Hong Kong cut, and the international cut. On separate discs, we've got Thunderbolt in disc 4. Disc 5 has Police Story First Strike Hong Kong cut and then international cut. Mr. Nice Guy in disc 7 has the Japanese and Hong Kong cuts, and disc 8 is Mr. Nice Guy international cut. And then 9 and 10 is Who Am I Hong Kong cut and Who Am I international cut. Look, I am a Jackie Chan fan. I love his films, and the fact that Arrow are, releasing this set, it's cool, and it may be something that I get further down the line. Again, £140 is not without the realms of pricing, I suppose, but it just feels expensive to me. You can get the Arrow exclusive version, which is basically the kind of blue or the red, I think is your choice there. I may get it a sale further down the line. What I will say is, if you're ordering anything on the Arrow sale that's on just now, because there is an Arrow sale on, if you use Man V Film, you'll get 10% off. I'm supposed to get something, but I don't really get anything from it. But 10% is 10%. Let's have a look at the June releases. So, Bullet in the Head, absolutely. Marlowe is a very strong possibility. Mortal Kombat, I'm not bothered with. Audition, I'm happy with the Blu-ray. Wake and Fright, I will possibly get. And then the Jackie Chan sets, which I would get in a sale further down the line. They're not essential. I need to have these now. And knowing the way that Arrow kind of trade at the moment, and their sales are often, things aren't selling out as quickly as the ones did, so I'm kind of happy to wait and see if I can get it even less, under £100, maybe 80 would be ideal later on down the line. But as for these announcements, which is the title that stands out most to you? Which one makes you go, like, I need that in my collection, I have to have it? Is there anything here that you think, it's not really for me, or anything you want to champion? Then let me know in the comment box below. As always, there's more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to Patreon, membership program, and manvfilm.com. Always, and make sure you can support me. Thanks for watching. See you next time.